So Wuthering Waves launches in literally a few hours from now. The Genshin competitor, Wuthering Waves, is already getting people's panties wet and might already be live by the time you see this video. So that's what this video is intended to actually help with the launch day, with the day 1, 2, 3, etc. experience for players. So this video will be general tips and different pieces of information to help with that starting experience, because everybody starts somewhere. If you like Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, or just gaming in general, Elden Ring DLC, can't wait, consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So we're gonna go ahead and start off here with the pity system, because the gacha system in general is one of the most important aspects to any gacha game, and players are already gooning and creaming themselves over who they want to pull for first. So let's talk about this pity system. Wuthering Waves has already begun improving upon the gold standard of what a lot of gacha games are using at this particular moment in time. For example, Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact both use a 90 pity system with a 50-50 attached to it. So for example, if you are pulling on the premium banner and you get to a 5-star, it's a 50-50 chance of that 5-star being the premium character that you really want, or being a default down to the standard banner characters that are available in the game. Wuthering Waves has already begun improving upon this system by dropping that number down from 90 down to 80, which in some people's eyes 10 pulls might not be that much, but consider how many characters, how many patches you are likely going to end up playing this game for. If it ends up being a successful gacha game, you could end up playing this game for many years. Genshin Impact came out in 2020. That's a long period of time. The game that they made before Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact 3rd, that game's been around for over 7 years, bro, and people are still playing the game that were there on day 1. Consider how many extra 5-star characters you could pull if the pity system drops down even a little bit, right? 10 pulls every single patch, every single time you're pulling for a character, you're literally just going to end up pulling more 5 stars as a result of this system, which is already a vast improvement that people are just simply overlooking. But Wuthering Waves goes even further here and have improved the weapon banner system in a big way. Yeah, it's also set to 80 pity instead of 90, but you get the guarantee, baby. If you haven't already pulled the 5-star weapon by the time you get to 80 pity, you just simply get the drop. There's no 50-50, and I know it's going to blow some people's feeble little minds, but yeah, there's no 50-50 on the weapon banner. You simply get the item. You just get it. It's amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. That's basically it. So in short, with the character and banner systems, the pity is at 80. However, with the character system, there is a 50-50, and with the weapon system, there is not a 50-50. It is known as a guarantee. And that brings me to the next section, the day 1 rewards, the day 1 experience, the pre-registration loot that everybody is nutting themselves over, imagining and fantasizing all these crazy amazing pulls they're going to get with all of the pulls they're going to get with the day 1 launch experience. So let's go over what some of those rewards will be. All right, so buckle up, because this section is going to be bundled up with a lot of different information, but if you just pay attention, it should be pretty easy to take in, and I'll go over all of it, right? So with the pre-registration and day 1 rewards and bonus stuff that we're going to be getting on the launch of the game, we can go ahead and see what a lot of that is on the Wuthering Waves official website, which I will be linking in the pinned comment and description below, so you can go check that out for yourself. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other things we have here. So you might be wondering to yourself what advanced potions or advanced resonance or asterite or lustrous tide, all of these different new terminologies and vocabulary that we're going to be using in Wuthering Waves that was not there in the previous games, or other gacha games, I should say. So let's go ahead and take a look at this image here, because this is essentially like a flashcard. This is kind of like what we can use on the day 1, week 1 to sort of get ourselves adjusted or acclimated to the new game. Asterite, for example, is what Wuthering Waves will be calling their material instead of Stellar Jade or Primo Gems, for example. Shell credit is essentially just normal credits. It's kind of like the money of the game. Resonance potions are essentially like Traveler's Guides. It's character level up material. A Lustrous Tide is essentially like a standard banner pass or a standard banner pull. Like each individual Lustrous Tide will be like a standard banner pull. And a Radiant Tide will be the premium banner pull material. So as you can see, this is a pretty helpful flashcard type of style thing. If you wanted to, you could take a screenshot of this. You could take a screenshot of this image as well in case you were interested in doing that. However, you can also go to Kuripu's TikTok here, it looks like, I wish they didn't have. I wish I had like Instagram or something, because like I don't have TikTok, so like when I go to their page, it doesn't really show me much. But I'll link this to you guys in case you wanted to take a look at it for yourself instead of screenshotting images from this video, for example. So with that information in mind, we'll go ahead and move forward here. So this advanced resonance potion times 10 is going to essentially be character level up material. This sigil right here is essentially just a sigil, like a character avatar style thing or a profile avatar style thing. At least that's my interpretation of it at this time. It's called a sigil, so, it's probably like a fucking sigil, right? So let's go ahead and keep moving forward. We have shell credits here, a whole stack of that, 80,000. We have 200 asterite, which is essentially like 200 jade or 200 gems. And we have Lustrous Tide times 20 here, which is a big one. I love this one. This is huge because we also have, 10 Lustrous Tide and 10 Radiant Tide just from the pre-registration and the day one rewards that we're going to be getting. So that's almost 50 pulls. And yeah, Lustrous Tide pity does not count for Radiant Tide pity, just so you guys are aware. Just like every other gacha game, the standard banner is not the same as the premium banner. Now let's move forward here. This is getting a little bit easier now because we know what the terminology for a lot of this stuff is. Now, the Ranger Series weapon choice of 1, don't break this open and use it yet until you know what characters you're kind of going to want to invest into. But yeah, this is a really, really good weapon that you get to just choose out of a series of weapons. Yeah, really, really great. So let's move forward. This is a 5-star Echo that you can claim up till June 6th. So even if you don't play on day 1 or you didn't pre-register, you can still get a free 5-star Echo. Now, what's an Echo? It's essentially a piece of equipment that you can equip to your character, which will give you different stat bonuses depending on what you have for an Echo. And so obviously, because we can pick a 5-star standard banner character, you can also pick the 5-star Echo to some degree to correlate with the character that you will be getting. So don't get this 5-star Echo and claim it fully until you know what 5-star character you want to use. That way you can try to go for a 5-star Echo that works really well on your character, so you can essentially be OP early in Wuthering Waves. Now, let's go ahead and move forward to some of these. I think we're almost at the end of this section here. On the first 5 days, you have a 5-day login reward of the Resonator Sanhua. So she's gonna be basically like one of the early rewards types of characters that you could be getting, and you want to log in 5 days in a row to get it. Pretty straightforward. Because of the special broadcast that we recently had, we'll be getting 10 Lustrous Tide and 10 Radiant Tide, which is huge because that's literally free pulls. That's literally free pulls. Now, another great weapon we're going to be getting is a 5-star weapon that of our choice once we upgrade our union level enough. Now, what's our union level? Our union level is essentially like our Trailblaze level. It's not the character's level, it's the player's level. So you, the player, that is essentially like your level. Once you raise that level high enough, you'll get a free 5-star weapon. I don't admittedly 100% know what stage that will be or what level you have to get that to. But just keep in mind, this is a pre-registration and day 1 rewards type of system. So you shouldn't need to level up your union that high to be able to get this free 5-star weapon. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you complete the challenges to claim the Resonator Yuan Huo, am I saying that right? Yuan Huo? Oh my god, I can't say his name right. Why? I can't say these names right. I'm so stupid. I'm so inept. I'm so uncultured. But anyways, there's going to be an event that you can do to pull this guy right here for free. Another free character. Wow! So many free characters that will literally be able to build an entire team on day 1. It's going to be crazy. Now, 20% off of your novice convene. Now, what's a convene? A convene is essentially a banner. Why don't they just call it a banner? I have no idea. I have no idea why they're not just calling some of these things what they really are. They just had to be unique, I guess. But anyways, this is a sort of a starter banner similar to what Honkai Star Rail had. Once you get, I believe it's 40 pulls you have to do on this particular banner in order to give yourself a guaranteed 5-star. However, it's not a guaranteed choice. It's going to be a random character. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that you're going to end up with a random character. It's not going to be of your choice. But once you get a 5-star from this banner, even if you don't hit the cap, stop pulling on that banner because it's not going to give you another one. you are guaranteed 1 5-star by the end of the novice convene. You're only guaranteed 1. You're not guaranteed more than 1. So just keep that in mind. Like, for example, if you get on your first 10 pull, stop pulling on that banner and start putting it into a different banner. It's not worth it. It's essentially like a cap, or like, I don't know what you want to call it. It's bait. Don't spend too much on this. Like, once you get the 5-star, move on. Now, there's also a beginner convene of your choice that you can get. This is a standard banner, guaranteed 5-star. Oh my gosh, get to choose whichever one you want. Now, I don't know why they put this girl here as the one like that they're showing, because as far as I know, she kind of sucks. So don't pick her unless you like her or something. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, but I'm not picking her. I heard she's ass. And this is essentially a level up bundle. Once you reach a high enough upgrade union level, you will get this Lustrous Tide bonus. But there's more than just Lustrous Tide in this box. I don't 100% know what's in this box. I'm not sure if anyone knows everything that's going to be in the box. But you can see here in the image, there's a few different very interesting things here. As we can see, there's some credits here. We can see there's some Lustrous Tide, and we see some other items here as well that I'll admit I don't know if I recognize fully. I think it's just character level up material. So yeah, that's honestly a really, really dope, awesome bundle to just like give us. It's like a payment bundle you normally have to pay money for at the start of a game, but you're just gonna get it for free, which is dope. Now, you're obviously going to have a bunch of different events because it's the game's launch, or it's a new patch technically because it's the launch patch. So a lot of very fun new events that we can do that we can earn some of these rewards from. For example, I don't exactly know which one that Rumbling Hallows will be coming from, but this guy right here on the right, he's going to be coming from one of these particular events, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, definitely hit up all these events, do all of them, get all the rewards. It's a fun experience. It's day one, man. Enjoy your time. And this will also be a great time, I think, to point out that we have some gift codes coming to us on our pre-release or day one, whatever you might want to call it. So go check these out. I will put these in the description and in the pinned comment as well. I'll also be linking gacha memes Twitter, because that's where this comes from originally. I don't know. I've seen one of these codes before already, but I haven't seen all 3 of these codes. So this is actually pretty sick. So go check them out. Shout out to Gacha Memes for this. Go check out these codes. Don't forget to input these on your day one. That way you can get them in the mail. So some of you might be wondering how many different pulls. What are our rewards going to be for our day one? How many pulls can we actually do? A lot of folks have been trying to calculate this out, and I've heard that a lot of people are saying we're going to get roughly 108 free pulls pretty darn early on, but we will have to level our player level in order to get access to some of those pulls. But I've also heard from a lot of folks that we should be getting roughly 50 or around 50 without necessarily having to level up our player level that high. So if you are one of those players that's going to be re-rolling, again, I don't recommend re-rolling, but if you are going to be re-rolling, I wouldn't necessarily shoot for the really, really high number and level up your player level a bunch, because it's probably faster for you to get the really, really early rewards very quickly and then reset and re-roll after that. That's just the better, fine-tuned strategy for re-rolling if you are going to re-roll. But again, you don't necessarily have to do that. 108 pulls is kind of a lot, so you don't have to re-roll. In my opinion, just log in, enjoy your experience, play the game as it was intended. So to sound like a broken record and reiterate the point I basically just made, I really want to drive this home though. Do not re-roll in Wuthering Waves. It just makes no sense, dude. We're going to be getting a random 40 pull 5-star character off of the novice convene. We're going to be getting an 80 pull 5-star selector of our choice off of the main standard banner. And we're also going to be getting roughly 108 pulls in total in the earlier parts of the game. That's a lot of pulls, dude. So rather than try to re-roll your mind into oblivion, roll your mind into the dirt, you might as well just enjoy the golden hour. Enjoy the day one launch experience. Enjoy the week one honeymoon phase. The earlier stages of a gacha game are usually the most hype and the most fun. And rather than spend your time picking mint, bro, you might as well enjoy the time that you have on this earth instead of wasting your time re-rolling for what? The premium character off the first banner? Bro, the value isn't even going to be there. It's going to be in later banners. Just save your Jade, or sorry, look at me, I'm all crazy now. Just save your premium pulls for a banner that comes that has more value, where you can guarantee that you're going to get that character. So let me try to wrap this up in a nice little bow here, okay? So with the day one launch experience, the best advice I could probably give is to just sit back, be patient, relax, and just soak all of this information up like a sponge. You're going to get bombarded with tutorial after tutorial in the early stages of the game. New terminology, new vocabulary. It might be a bit overwhelming at times for some players, depending on what your mood is like that day, right? My suggestion is to just be patient. It is best experienced and best learned by taking in these tutorials of the game rather than just watching it on YouTube, because you're actually in the game doing it piece by piece. Just sit through it, tough it up, and get through some of those different things. It's best learned in the game there. Today's video is mostly supposed to be about sort of like day one sort of mental strategy, some minor beginner tips, and different things like general information that you can go into the game. That way you're not completely blind on your day one experience. So stay tuned for future videos. We'll be putting out a lot of like beginner guides, just guides in general, more advanced, guides and videos and different things like that, pull strategies, all kinds of other great stuff. So anyways, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are excited about this game as I am. There's a lot of promise here. This game looks very, very fun, very exciting. It's very fun, fresh. It's gonna change the gacha gaming experience for literally every player, whether you end up playing this game long-term or not, because it puts a fire under the ass of all the other gacha game developers. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'll see you on launch. Peace out.